Hello, guys. Welcome to the ninth episode of The Matrix. In today's episode, we have Franklin. Introduce yourself, please.
Hello, I'm Franklin. Nice to meet y'all, and I'm happy to be here with Cenk and Khan.
Okay, Franklin, who are you? How old are you? What are you doing in Toronto, please?
Well,
Tell us.
I am a young human being from Panama. I came here almost a year ago to Toronto, and I'm in film school. I'm 19 years old, and there was another question? Or?
No, that's it,
Say
basically.
everything?
Like, why film? Like, you have a very unique character. That's one of none of our friends that we took here for are not like main interested in film. What's the main point that you make you interested in film, basically?
In like the main position in film?
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically, how would you describe your passion, basically, for film and like being a director?
Okay, yeah, he said it. My favorite position on film is a director and writer. I like to write what I do, what I have in my head, because it's I feel it's like film is a way to express yourself, like a different way to express yourself. It's like, oh, you have an idea in mind, you basically make it a book that is like the most, I would say, old way of like entertainment and art. Well, maybe not art, but because you have paintings, but to make a story, right? Then you had theater, and then we came up with film like in the like some years ago, more than 100 years ago, and then I don't know. I feel it's like it's a really complex way of art where you can express yourself and communicate to people what you have in your mind, right? And make it like alive.
Yeah. So like genuinely, people that are interested in films, movies, and directing also like interested in theater in some of their part of their life, right? So like did you ever like got interested into theater and all of that?
No, not really. Like, so I have been in theater, like in plays and stuff. Not really, totally like passionate about it, because well, the passion of film just like started when I was like really small, because like I used to watch films before. So like my relationship with theater, it's really like it's small. It's not like that big. I would like to get more into theater. Like I would like mostly because of like since it's the origins of film. I would like to get more into it, know more about it, know more about like how you get like the interpretations and stuff.
Yeah, some people say, what the fuck? Rookie mistake.
Mistake, big time.
Guys, sometimes these kind of mistakes happen. This is the Matrix podcast, you know what I mean? Sometimes it happens.
The glitch.
Alright.
The glitch.
Yeah, the
No,
glitch.
in the Matrix,
It was
yeah.
the glitch. What was the guy's name in Matrix? Mr. Smith? Mr. Smith called me, bro. Anyways, what I was gonna ask you is like some people that I know of that that they are interested in like films and all of that. They say that like theater is like a more expressive way to like express your thoughts and all of that, and it's also live, right? So like I don't know, like what's your thoughts on that? Like I don't know, some people say that it's more realistic, more like some people even say it's more entertaining, which I don't agree, to be honest.
Okay.
But like what is your thoughts on like comparing theater and like films?
So, first of all, I would say films are way more realistic than theater, just because in theater,
You have only one scene, basically.
yeah, you have like basically one scene. I would say maybe theater in terms of like for the actors is more complicated. You have to overact a lot, because what happens in theater is that you have a big audience, you have people all the way in the back, so you have to overact a little bit so people can see what you're doing. In film, you don't have to. You can be more subtle with your emotions, since you have you can have a close up where the camera is just focusing on you, and then you don't have to like overact on that. Obviously, yeah, it's more complicated for the actors because of that, because you have to know everything, all the script, you have to know it to do it like in 2 hours, maybe 3.
Yeah.
The way you're gonna move in the theater, everything. Change costumes too, like right away. I don't want to say like, okay, this is better or this is better. It's just like it's two different ways of art. Like film has like a lot of other elements. Like you have to like the technology involved in film. Like there's a lot of positions, like the audio guy. You have to make sure that the audio is in like good level so it doesn't like explode your speakers at home. You have to distribute your film. You have to make sure you're recording it right and all that stuff. So it's just two different ways of art. I think film is more like the evolved way of theater. That's how I would describe it. Where it's technology it's involved, right?
It's more integrated. Are you into acting?
No, not really. I don't act at all. Maybe I'll do a cameo or something just for fun, but like no, not acting.
Like, do a lot of directors act in their movies, or like a lot of them like don't really want? Because I think like if you're a good director, I think you also could be a good actor if you work on it. I think, like, because you definitely have the vision for it. I think if you have the vision for it, also you can be a good actor too with the correct like education, probably.
Yeah, I guess like with the proper education on the topic, you can get good at it, right? But well, not most of the directors act. Like most of them they just like to be behind the camera for whatever reason. Maybe they just are, I don't know. But I feel like I heard from one of my teachers in school that sometimes like it could be a really good idea, just like if you want to be a director, to get in acting classes. Not if you, even if you don't want to be an actor, just to like know for what actors go through, and like what you have to do, to like get a good performance, so you can direct them better.
You can also emphasize with them and all of that, right?
Exactly.
So like one director that is like really really popular and like has actually cameos in his film as well is like Tarantino.
Yeah. Sure.
So like would you ever consider like in the future to be like Tarantino, like have like a minor role, minor role in your films?
That's so cool. I mean, like it's just like a small part where you're in, and it's like it's like an Easter egg, right? Just the people that know how you look, it's like, oh, that's the director. Right?
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
like I would say it's a cool idea.
Yeah, I mean, like in some of his films, like Pulp Fiction, he has
Django,
yeah, he has like I don't know, like especially in Pulp Fiction, he has like a not like a that minor role. You know what I mean? He's like kind of integrated in the film as well. So I think it's like cool to see directors in their own films, I would say, and I think the audience would like it as well.
Yeah, I agree. It's like, it's just like a funny way to be in it, right? And since films is like something that it will last for years and years, it's just like I would say it's like a cool way to immortalize yourself on something.
What do you think like are the most important like factors when you're looking to like say hire an actor or an actress? Like what do you look for?
So first of all, I've never done castings. Like in my whole life, I've never done castings. You can do that like castings in school and stuff, but usually I try to work with actors I already know, or friends with mine, not because they're friends of mine, because I know they could like get that performance. I feel like if I need castings, I would say the best way to get like to know that actor you're casting is like the guy you're looking for, is like because for castings they give you like part of the script. And then they have to read it and make their interpretation, and it's like, okay, like maybe, well, not everybody, but a lot of people can do like the same type of role, the same type of like performance that you're looking for. But then if you're in the casting and then you like try to change what like what they're trying to do. Like, okay, try to get this emotion, or try to get this, or try to get this, or be this, right? That's the way that you will know, like, okay, this is a good actor, and he can do this because he gave me the performance I wanted, and then he gave me something else. Because then on set you're gonna be like, oh, I need you to like change this a little bit, and then there's that actor that is just like programmed to do this in a special way, and it's just like, oh, he cannot change it. And sometimes you just need to change it a little
Then
bit. Right? So,
diversity is important, like changing,
Yeah.
using different emotions,
Yeah.
not being only one dimensional. I guess like these are important. Like, do you think that's the main point that differentiates a good actor from a great one?
yeah, I mean, there's also another good actors that is just like they're just in their role, right? Well, I would not say Dwayne Johnson is a good actor.
No,
but
he's
like
not.
he's good at what he does, I would say, because like he's in all these films is like doing the same character. It's basically like,
He's
you know,
always in like
big
fast-paced
Yeah,
action movies.
yeah, but he sells it. Like he can sell that.
But do you think he sells it because he's famous and he's like one of the because like I think he's the most popular guy on Instagram. He has like 400 million followers and he's like a huge wrestling background too,
Yeah.
and like he's basically a superstar when you think about on Hollywood. Like, but do you think like he's the best in action movies? That's why people tune in, or do you think he has a huge fan base? That's why people tune in.
I would say both.
It could be a
Then-
combination.
But you can go almost. Then you can go maybe to Adam Sandler. That like until maybe like 5 years ago, he had like this box. He wasn't just like, you know, comedy and kind of like the same type of dude, like stupid, old. Well, not old, but like adult. But then I don't know if you have watched that movie. It's called Uncut Gems. It's on Netflix, and he made Hustle.
I-
think that's the name, Hustle. I think
What
that is
was
a
Hustle?
basketball movie.
Yeah, okay, I know. It's about like a college kid trying to go to NBA. Was it?
Yeah, in Spanish. Yeah, in
Yeah,
Spanish,
okay. I know that.
And then he has these two movies where he's like, okay, he has like a lot of like range in his performance, and it's like, oh, okay, like he's a great actor now, like because he has a lot of range. He proved himself that, and he proved the people that he has that range.
Yeah.
But before that, like he was just like in that box, and that doesn't mean he's like a bad actor, right? It just means like he's made for that, right? So
Yeah. I mean, like one example that I can give that is, I believe, still in that comedy box is like Sacha Baron Cohen. He was in Borat,
oh, okay, yeah,
the guy
yeah,
that
yeah.
does Borat, bro. Like The Dictator as well, you know. Like
Yeah, I know
most of
those
his
movies.
films, like I think all of his films are like comedy based,
Mm-hmm.
but like that box of comedy is like so good, like.
Yeah.
Even if he was doing one thing, he's doing that so well.
So exactly.
Yeah, like even if you can just do one thing only, make sure to do that and master it so that
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
like that Bruce Lee.
Yeah,
quote where he's
exactly,
like,
bro.
you know?
Yeah, like I think he says like I would prefer to just master one thing and like to know like 1,000 different things,
Yeah.
right? So like I don't know, bro. Like Sacha Baron Cohen is like a great actor, I would say. You know, my childhood mostly like went with his like Dictator film, right?
Yeah.
It was. I mean,
It
did
was
you
so
watch it?
funny,
It was
yeah,
really
Dictator,
funny.
yeah.
What do you think about it, Khan?
Dictator or Borat?
Both.
Like what? Both are like the legendary. You know, we quote it all day. Like it's great success. You know what I mean? It's a great movie. It's like when you think about it, it's like my favorite actor. Like I like Cillian Murphy a lot. Like
Oh yeah, he's a great actor. Yeah.
Well, like I don't know, but like him and drama movies and like his cold bloodedness, bro, nobody can match that, bro. That's something like he plays that gangster role so good, you know.
Yeah, he does.
Like DiCaprio is also pretty good. Like
DiCaprio has a lot of range.
yeah, he has like he can do Wolf of Wall Street, then he can go to The Revenant.
Yeah.
Then
He can
says
pretty much do everything.
yeah, bro, like that's very difficult to like
Exactly.
yeah, like but I don't know, like I guess like those are the top tier actors. Like I know that Jake Gyllenhaal is like filming a UFC movie right now.
Yeah.
That's interesting too.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor is also in it, I think.
What?
Yes, Conor McGregor, bro. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I would maybe want to pursue a career. I'm finishing economics. I'm just going to pursue a career in now acting. I'll try. I did the theater when I was there.
You told me.
Yeah, I did. I played in the Midas. You know what was it? Midas with the gold, and whatever he touches, it turns to gold.
It turns to gold, yeah.
Yeah,
Midas, yeah.
It's a myth basically.
Yeah, Greek myth.
Yeah, it's a Greek myth. I was Midas actually. Yes, whatever I touched was turning to gold. Yeah, I have a history.
How long ago was that?
It was like 10 years ago.
10
I was
years
like
ago?
10 years old, 11 years old, and it was like a 300 people crowd too. It was
That's
like
so cool.
yeah, I was I was like
You were
shivering.
nervous, I guess.
Yeah, I was nervous. My mom was there. I was like shaking.
Bro, that reminded me of something. Like, did you ever had like those like acts in your school? You know, like that teachers, like try to do and all of that. Because like I remember, like I was also in like a acting thing, and I was the Chinese kid, bro. Imagine my role, dude. What kind of a role is that? I'm like 9 years old, just playing that
You're
Chinese
just a Chinese
guy.
kid.
Yeah. They just put me in there. You look Chinese, go. And I don't know a single word of Chinese, right? Like I just know a bit, but like back then I didn't know anything. So like I just told my dad, look, like dad, I'm gonna be the Chinese guy. And my dad is like, bro, you're already Chinese. Yeah, you're already the Chinese.
You need to act. You are already the act.
Yeah.
You are the act. Bro.
Yeah, basically like he said that it was funny, but then I had like lines to say, right?
Yeah.
So I just told my dad, can you translate that? I still to this day
wait,
don't know what I said.
Wait, the lines were in Chinese.
Chinese, yeah, it was in Chinese.
You didn't know.
Yeah, just
That
because
was in Turkey.
yeah, it was in Turkey. I mean, it was like we have on 23rd of April we have a what was it called? Yeah, in Turkish it's called Gençlik and Spor Bayramı. It's basically like how do you translate that in English, bro?
It's basically youth and sport. It's youth and sport. What's bayram? What do you say? Celebration? Festival.
Bro, I don't know. It's like that day is dedicated to young people and
What
like
do you call Easter as a bigger name? Easter, Christmas. What's the given name to that?
Holidays.
Yeah, it's a holiday when you think about it. It's youth and sports holiday. Like it was given by Atatürk to the kids, basically. Or like the Turkish Godfather gave us that day as like showing his respect and love towards the kids, basically, and sports.
yeah. So like so it's like basically like for dedicated for the kids all around the world. So like they were trying to find in our school they were trying to find international students, right? And like bro, like having a Chinese in your Turkish school is like weird, right? So like my English teacher just came up to me and like, he's Chinese. Take him to the So like the thing is like we had a like really diverse people in our high school. So like we had Spanish, we had Japanese, we had Chinese, we had German, we had French. Like we basically did like a skit where like we're on an airplane and like that airplane starts to like shake. I don't know what it's called in English. Turbulence. Yeah, and like we're getting stressed. We're speaking some stuff that I'm speaking in Chinese, somebody's speaking in German, I don't know. And then that plane lands, right? But like the thing is, I just told my dad, like I have these lines, can you translate it? He translated it, but like I still to this day don't know what he said. He could have probably said something wild and I don't even know about it.
You were just imitating what he was saying.
Yeah, basically like.
Do you remember what did you say?
No.
It's like listening to those songs in another language and you just like mumble something and it's
yeah, literally, bro. Like, but it was so funny, bro. Like seeing people, like speaking in different languages that. I mean, most of the people didn't talk that language that they were assigned to, so like it was.
I mean, that's like funny though, cause like you could say whatever bullshit
Yeah,
you
literally,
want,
literally.
and nobody would know. Like,
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I am gonna ask my dad one day though. Imagine him saying like, "Yo, I told you to like fuck off" or something like that. Yeah. Did you had like skits when you were like a kid or something?
So you mean like those small plays and stuff? Yeah, I mean, I remember we had some in during like high school, and it was not like a play. It was more like for class that they just did that for some reason. I don't really know why, but usually I remember I usually like took like the leadership on those and then try to like make like a small script for that and like try to make it work somehow. I because I like to do that because my school was like really like difficult. It was a difficult school, so it was like those small lights at the end of the tunnel, where you're like, oh, there's something I like. I want to do it like pretty good, right? So yeah, I like to do that, but I was never like involved in like theater stuff like out of the school, or in the school neither. Yeah.
Well, when did you decide that you're going to study basically director in a film? Like when were you 100% sure? Yeah, I want to pursue this basically, or maybe you're not still 100% sure, but I guess I think you are. That's why.
I'm totally sure. I'm like 110% sure. So I would say I started saying that I wanted to be a director since I was in 5th grade or 6th grade, so probably like when I was like 11 or 12. And well, obviously it's like a pretty risky
Career path?
profession.
Yeah.
Like when you like if you're like a small kid, right, and you say like, oh, what I want to do when I'm old, I want to be a director, I want to make films for a living, I want to do this. It's like when you say you want to be a football player, it's like they're like, oh, that's so nice, that's so nice, I support you, but they're like, you're not, right? Yeah, that's like kind of sad, but like it happens, right? And it's not fault of people, but it's like not common, right? It's not common to,
because it's
happen.
more difficult to make it in the scene, and
Yeah,
that's
I
why
mean,
people always doubt you. I see.
yeah.
You just gotta prove them wrong, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I remember it was like when I was like 11 or 12, and then I always had like that I wanted to do that for a living. And then probably when I was like 1 year before graduating, I remember I started saying like in between like director, or I started saying filmmaker because people approve a little bit more filmmaker for some reason. And
Why?
I don't know.
Filmmaker sounds like a freelance job. Like director is like a real like title, right?
Yeah.
I think director is also freelance. We talked about this with you. I remember
Yeah. Actually, like
you said it's more freelance to me.
almost every position on film is
Yes,
freelance.
actor is also freelance. When you think like
you don't
they
have,
they approach you, but they approach you if you're very good, if you're very famous. If you're not in Hollywood,
you have to create the opportunity for yourself.
yeah, you
most
gotta
of the
go.
time.
You gotta go to auditions. You gotta go for it. Like, I think still the top actors still go to auditions. I think that's what I heard. Like Margot Robbie, for example, auditioned for Wolf of Wall Street. I know.
Yeah, but she was like not that famous at the moment. Then when like that was like her big project, right?
Probably.
And then when you're like a famous actor, it's probably like they call you. It's like, I know what you can do. Like it's like, okay, come to the project. Let's see if you can do it. And they probably like, I guess they have like a talk or something about the characters. They send the script, but it's like you have the actor you wanna have in mind, and then
basically like directors and all of the team, like just say like this is the character that we're gonna portray, and this actor I want him to be.
Yeah,
or
they
her
have
to
probably
be.
like a roster of actors. It's like, oh, he can do it, he can do it, he can do it, and then let's see who can do it better. Right?
I see.
But-
Also, like, I also wanted to ask you because, like, you're from Panama,
Yeah.
and like Panama is like a small island that like connects North and South America, right?
yeah, well, it's not an island, but it's like a small piece of like.
Half of an island, then. No.
Not really.
Okay.
Nah,
Okay.
It's just okay. So it's basically you have America, you have
North or
Canada.
south? Oh, just United
It's
States.
it's basically in Central America. It's like in the center.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it just basically connects South America. So it's with Colombia.
Yeah.
It's close to Colombia, and it's close to Costa Rica.
Yeah.
And
Opened it for him.
yeah, it just like connects the continent pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like really
Suez
small.
Canal is passing from.
The Panama Canal.
The Panama Canal.
Yeah.
Where does the Suez pass from?
That's like in Africa maybe.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the Suez. Yeah, the Panama
Yeah.
Canal. I mixed the geography so bad. Yeah, the Suez Canal passes from Cairo, like close to
Yeah.
Cairo. Yeah. Okay, I remember the Panama
Yeah.
Canal.
Cairo, you mean Egypt?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's-
Egypt. Egypt.
Yeah, it was also Ottoman soil. How did I mix it?
It's very. I feel bad now.
Like the Panama Canal is like did you see it? Did you ever like use it with a boat or because it's like it's probably the most important canal in the world because it like makes every like trip
Shorter. Way
2
shorter.
weeks shorter. Like it's very critical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever see it?
Yeah. I mean, you can like it's a touristic place, so you can just go. I think I went like 2 or 3 times. One with like school, or 2 times with school, and one with my parents.
Yeah.
And it has like a little museum and stuff. You know, it's like going to maybe like Niagara Falls. They have like the museum, and then you see like the actual thing.
Yeah.
And you can see like the ships when they like rise the water.
Yeah.
And then they move. 'cause
Oh, wait. That's the canal that they have like a mechanism where like
Yeah.
the water just
yeah, just
floats
like,
up and all
exactly.
of that.
'Cause,
Damn, dude.
You know, you have the level of the water.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then it's just, you know, you
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
make it like.
Yeah,
as-
I've
some
seen
like
a lot of
stairs for
yeah. I've seen a lot of like Instagram reels about it. You know, it's
Yeah.
insane. But
It's
like,
really interesting.
the thing that I want to ask you is like, how was for you to grow up in Panama and like transitioning from Panama because like you lived in there for your whole life, right?
Yeah.
And like transitioning from Panama to Canada because it's like 2 different
It's just,
cultures.
yeah, way different.
Yeah, how was it? How was your childhood in there and all of that?
So I would say when I was a kid in Panama, like it was pretty good. I had a pretty good childhood. I had my friends in school and stuff. Like it was pretty good. I remember people used to like bother me because I was like short, really short. Yeah. But it was all good because they were my friends and I'm like, yeah, they're just fucking around. Eventually, I don't like. I feel like Panama is way different than Toronto. It is, well, the city's not that big. It's actually Panama has taller buildings than Toronto.
What?
Like,
Really?
It has more and taller buildings than Toronto. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Obviously, not the CN Tower because the CN Tower is like, but it has more. It's like pretty tropical place. You don't have like 4 seasons in Panama. That's pretty interesting. You have just the rainy season and you have the summer.
Is it like for 4 seasons? Is it like always hot in there?
Yeah, it pretty much goes from like 29 degrees to like 35 around there.
How can you deal with the like minus 30, minus 25s in Toronto? How is it going for you?
Toronto, I just like put on a lot of clothes, man. Just like just like I don't know, maybe 4 or 5. Well, nah. Well, actually, yeah, like 3 or 4.
Yeah, minimum 3. That's for
yeah,
sure.
minimum 3. A really tight one, the thermal, then
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, the jacket, and then the big jacket.
Yeah, generally, like, do you like it here? Besides, like, as a whole, like, would you pursue life after university in here? What do you say?
Yeah, I mean, I like this place because of the film industry. Like, it has like lot of more opportunities than Panama. But there's one thing that, like, my ideal lifestyle would be in between Toronto and back home would be like, oh, I stay here for like 8 months, and then the other 4 months I go to Panama and, you know, be with my family and stuff, work there too, because like, since film, the good thing about film is like it's pretty much like freelance kind of. You can work if you move to LA, you can work there. If you move to Toronto, you can work there.
Yeah, I was going to ask
everywhere.
that. Did you ever like consider moving to LA? Because like I think that's the biggest market out there, right?
Yeah, it's the biggest market. I haven't considered to move there. Like, I would, if it's for like, there's like something that you're gonna do for sure there. Like, let's
Like
say,
a certain job.
yeah, a certain job, and you're gonna be like well established. I would probably go, if it's like something that is gonna be better for me. For now, I want to stay in Toronto. I feel like we have like a pretty good and growing market on film industry, and you can build your name as a filmmaker, as a director, from everywhere in the world. So there's like French directors that sometimes they just go to LA. They just call them like, oh, you're really good. I have seen your French films, and then I would like to have you in this Hollywood film. Or you have Swedish directors in LA, right? That they
Who decides the directors for the big movies? Basically, the companies that work on it.
I'm not really sure about this. Maybe the production company or the producer.
Like the Warner Bros, for example.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay, I see.
I guess there's like a lot of ways, because like the production companies, sometimes they have people that come off with the ideas, like the writers, or the writers pitch the idea to the thing, and then we want to produce this idea. Now we have to get a team, and then they're like, oh, okay, we have this story we want to make. I guess they send that to directors they know, like contacts and their network, and probably those directors, if they're interested, is like, oh, okay, I will make a pitch presentation to show them the theme and the tone I want for my film, for this story, and let's see if like they like it, and then the one who wins that contest is the one who starts. Like, there's like a lot of different ways, right? So
If I remember correctly, just correct me if I'm wrong. You said that like your final goal is not to make like long hour, like 2-3 hour Hollywood movies, but you said like you want to do more focus on short films. Do I remember correctly?
well, not. I think that's wrong. That's wrong.
I mixed it then, definitely. Yeah, I was tired.
I would like to do feature films.
What do you mean by feature films?
Like
Huh?
2 hours.
2 hours,
so
3
an
hours.
hour and a half. Yeah. Stuff like that, yeah.
You want to like focus more on like drama based content or like comedy sitcoms maybe?
So my genre is thriller, slash little bit of horror. Then I would like to go into drama, like the 4 or 5. I think 4 short films I have done. Well, 5 because we are screening mine in Saturday.
Yeah.
It's all of them are thrillers.
I have a good question about you, like about that, like IMDb and their ratings, and
Yeah.
like a lot of horror movies and thriller movies get like bad ratings, even though I like them. Do you think like why is that the case?
Like
Do you
the
know?
difference between like audiences score and like critics score,
It's different a lot.
most of the times is different. Yeah.
Yeah. Then why do you think the audience gives a bad grade? Like,
Well, usually because the critics are people that are in film industry, like really like into it, and it's like, for example, what career do you study? Business?
what?
What career? Like
It's economics. I'm studying
Economics?
Yes.
okay, for example, like and you, Cenk?
I'm doing biochemistry and neuroscience.
Okay, for example, like chemistry or neuroscience. Like there's a lot of people that can know something because they read a book or something, but it's not the same if you actually study the thing, right?
Of course.
It's like the knowledge you have is like way different, and like I guess you can tell, like for example, if there's I don't know, a show or something you watch and it's like, oh, like this is actually not accurate for what I know. Maybe somebody that just read a book is like, oh, that makes sense. It's fine, right?
Yeah.
So the opinion is going to change regarding your knowledge on the thing, right? So audiences, casual audiences, is mostly willing to not see errors or stuff you should not do on a film, or like, you know, stuff like that, or plot inconsistencies, or something that is like not wrong, or that, sorry, not
They
good.
just miss it normally because they
they-
don't pay
yeah,
that attention.
because you're not really like in
100% invested on
exactly.
the movie. Yeah.
Then critics is like, okay, they are like,
Look at every detail.
look at everything. They look at everything, but sometimes I feel that it's like too much. Sometimes it's like, okay, you have let's say a horror movie, or let's say a comedy movie, because comedies are usually the ones that have the higher audience rate and then the lowest
Yes.
critics. I would say it's usually because the critics sometimes, like, they just like are looking for something that it's not supposed to be there
Yes.
in the film. If you're a normal viewer,
You're not going to understand that and see
what you're
that.
looking for on a film, on a comedy film, is just to laugh. You're
Yes.
not looking for, okay, this plot actually makes sense, or this or that. You want to, just entertain yourself, and most of critics, they just want, like, okay, they want art.
That's why maybe drama movies makes the best
Yeah,
out of the critics,
for
because
sure.
they're more focused on basically dialogues, monologues, and just there are a lot of scenes, but a lot of scenes are more stationary probably compared to the like sci-fi movies, for example.
Yeah.
Less CGI, just focused on the actors.
On the acting, on the plot.
And like I guess but the critics like that more, I guess, because
yeah, for sure.
yeah.
I mean, but sometimes the bad thing about it, like, every film has an intention. Like, sometimes your intention
Yes.
doesn't have to be like making this whole artsy film with this plot that it just like critics the capitalism, right?
Yes.
You just want to make a movie to entertain people, and just like a stupid movie. That's fine,
Yes.
and that's totally fine. There's different intentions, but sometimes it's just like they're looking for something that it's not supposed to be.
You
there,
say that
right?
there's like a hidden narrative, and it should fit that to make the critics like it, basically.
Yeah.
I see that. Yeah, I see that problem in this street too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, like, we're talking about the ratings and all of that in IMDb, and like generally, like, the most prestigious award for films is like Oscars, right?
Yeah.
So like in like the recent like 2 or 3 years, international films actually, like, I'm talking about not like the American,
Like
but
Parasite.
like Korean films,
Yeah, Korean
specifically, is like really trendy, and like people are really liking it.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about the Parasite, the new one, which won a lot of Oscars actually? What was it called? I don't know. Everything.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah. So like, what do you think about that type of films and all of that? Like their
Um,
type, like their Korean side of things,
Okay. Yeah. So Everything Everywhere All at Once, I think it was an American production. Yeah, it was American. I'm 90% sure. But for example, in the example of Parasite, or the phenomenon of like Squid Games, like Korean films, just talk about the Korean films, it's like they had a boom. Like, their quality is like really good, is insane. They have like really good directors, really good teams. They have really good people working on their industry, and like, if you're doing something really good, at the end of the day, is gonna pay off, right? So the whole nation have been like investing to export all this stuff to the rest of the world. I don't know if you've noticed, obviously in music too, K-pop, right? All of this, I think I heard about something related to South Korea, that they're just like investing in and just like export their things to other places. So they're investing in music, K-pop, like the film, and that has been like paying off like for the last like what 10 years. So, and also the good thing about like international films now, they have like more recognition. You have Money Heist, I think that's the name in
La
in
Casa de
English,
Papel.
La Casa
Yeah.
de Papel, yeah.
Yes.
So you have that's a Spanish TV show, and that's really because of streaming services. They have provided something that was not available before. That is like
Marketing is very important then, I
Yeah,
guess. Then
sure.
isn't it like come to budget at the end of the day? Like if you have a good product, you need at least a budget to show that.
Yeah.
Then
the distribution.
yeah, distribution, I see. Like what do you think are like the main distribution platforms besides Netflix? Like do you think any like if you're an upcoming star or upcoming director, for example, you can't just put your product to Netflix. You need a lot of money for that.
Yeah, you need more connections. Like
Connections.
when you, let's say you make an indie film, or let's say a short film, you have like the best option you could have is a film festival. Submit your film to a short film or a feature film to a film festival. What happens in film festivals is there's a lot of people in the film industry, like producers, people that is looking to distribute films, or even like other like directors of photography or other positions on set, that they're just there and they're there to network to also watch the films for sure, but they're there to network. And if you have a pretty good film that you submitted to a film festival, you're gonna show all this to the prime of people you can that can watch it, and then you get connections. Usually in film festivals there's people that is just into like distribution of films. They'd be like, oh okay, I like this film, let's talk about it. I can see if I can for example, we're in Canada, we can put it on Crave, or if we can put it on HBO if it's in the US, or stuff like that, and then they just help to distribute the films. Also there's a lot of streaming services that are like more like low key. For example, there's one called Mubi that is just like more for like independent films. And that's like I would say the best way if you're like starting.
I see. Like, do you have like a top 5 films that you have on your mind that you want to give a shout out to? Like, I think let's do like I have a top 5, but not like measuring them with a top 5 is difficult. But just without like like this saying this one is better, just like 5 movies.
Yeah, just not like a top.
Yeah,
Just like, oh, I like this.
Just 5,
Yeah.
not top
Okay.
5 without a
like
list.
the ones okay.
Yeah.
So if I make this list, is mostly because like the ones I can relate more. It's not like all the ones that I think are better, you know. It's, I would say, The Shining, by Stanley Kubrick. I would say Get Out.
I didn't watch that.
Yeah, Get Out. That's like a 2016 maybe film. It's a really good film. I have The Revenant. I love The Revenant. I think I have 3 for now. I have Memento. That's I don't know if you have watched it.
I didn't watch. It's one of my friend's favorite movie actually.
It's like
Yeah.
I think it's like the first one or second Christopher Nolan's movies. And then I would say, yeah. So I said Birdman. I like Birdman a lot. Birdman is a really good movie.
Cenk, your top 5?
Bro, I need to think about it actually because like I don't have like a top 5 on mine.
Think about movies. I would say I like The Shawshank Redemption a lot.
Okay. That's a good movie.
I like the last Godfather movie. That's like everyone loves the first and the
Okay.
second.
You like the third one?
No, I love the third one because of the ending. I think
Okay.
it's very nice. The Godfather. like I don't want to say Scarface. I like it a lot, but like I don't want to just go with these mafia movies. I want to change it up a little bit. I like Scarface. Like,
I mean, if you like mafia movies, that's
like I like the mob movies. I like the acting. I like basically like Al Pacino.
Okay.
Yeah.
Goodfellas.
Yeah, Goodfellas. The Goodfellas is nice. I like Reservoir Dogs.
Okay, Reservoir Dogs is really good. Did you watch the last? Well, I don't think it's the last, but the Scorsese movie, The Irishman.
Yeah,
Did you watch it?
It was
You didn't like
it
it?
was 3 hours. I didn't watch it, but I
I
know
know it's a very good. I know the cast. It's awesome.
It's good. Like I
The
watched
critics, the ratings wasn't so good though. It was like,
Yeah,
all right.
It was pretty long for me, to my taste.
yeah.
I don't know.
And what can I say? Let me think about this one.
like I actually I like Star Wars a lot. Like,
Star Wars.
yeah, probably the Revenge of the Sith, the third one.
Like the third one from
Yeah.
the first, like from like
From the
like
prequels.
This would be from the prequels.
Who is the pre-
That's like the ones in 2000.
Yes, the Revenge of the Sith, the
Okay,
third
okay,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah, chronologically.
Yeah, I would say
From the prequels, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh yeah, with Anakin.
Yeah, like Anakin,
They're
Obi-Wan
fighting
fighting in
the-
Mustafar
yeah.
in the lava.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in the
that
lava,
movie.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, I love that movie.
arm off. Yeah.
Yeah. Cenk found it.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
I have my top 5. So like,
Okay.
My man, open the list.
bro, I literally needed the list. But the thing is, my favorite film of all time. I don't know if you guys know this film. This is just an actor, but like, it's called The Game.
Oh, but with that's a David Fincher movie. That's with the name Michael Douglas. I think that's the name of the actor.
Oh wait, let me see.
I think it's Michael Douglas. That's like in the 2000s or 99 around there, right? I think so.
Yeah. So the director is David Fincher. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, that film is sick, bro. Like when I first watched that, because like I like psychological films, right? So like it fucks up with your brain when you
Yeah.
actually like watch it,
I haven't watched it yet.
bro. It's so good, bro. You should definitely
I-
watch it.
David Fincher is like one of the filmmakers I like the most.
Yeah.
I like his tone.
Yeah,
I
bro.
don't know if you have watched Zodiac or
Zodiac?
Yeah, Zodiac.
I didn't have the time.
Zodiac, really good. Like all
Mhm.
his films, I would say like you should watch it. Then you have the Seven Deadly Sins.
Mm-hmm.
You have Gone Girl. I think that's the name.
Didn't say Wolf of Wall Street. I can't. Bro.
You're studying economics,
No,
and you didn't say the Wolf of Wall
My
Street.
Finsta account is called the Wolf of Toronto, and I didn't say. Oh, bro, they're going to cancel me.
I missed one too.
Yeah,
so.
and I also want to say Inception.
Okay, Inception,
Yeah,
amazing.
I
yeah.
love Inception and the Shutter Island.
Yeah, I was
Island.
gonna say Shutter Island.
Shutter Island is so good,
It's-
bro.
yeah.
It's sick.
Oh, I didn't say any DiCaprio movies. That's so bad. I was just going. I couldn't realize that.
Yeah. The thing is, The Game. You should definitely.
Oh, no. My favorite movie. No. My favorite movie is Fight Club.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay. And my favorite second movie is Django.
Django.
Yes.
I love Django.
Okay, bro. What did I give? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm changing my list. Okay, I can make a list actually. Okay, Fight Club, Django, then
Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street, Godfather, the last movie. Then I would go Scarface. Okay, now I'm good.
Okay, so mine is like, as I said, The Game. The second one is Taxi Driver.
Okay.
Third one is American Psycho.
Okay, American Psycho.
The fourth one is Fight Club as well,
Mm.
and the fifth one is it's a trilogy actually, The Dark Knight.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, I just
Fair.
yeah,
Fair.
it's just good. Bro. Yeah, like when you actually like look at my top 4, they're all like psychological movies, right? Like The Game, Taxi
Yeah.
Driver, Fight Club is like a
That's
psychological
kind of
film.
like
I would
what I
say,
like to do
yeah,
for short films. Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
because like I don't know, like it makes the audience think after the film
Yeah.
That's-
I think every man should watch Fight Club.
in their life once.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it would change a lot of things about themselves. Like, I think it's like basically fighting your inner demons and solving the puzzle at the end of the thing, because like he just creates a character.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
No, I mean no spoilers. Like he's just everything that you want to be, and like it shows that everything is possible actually in life when you just look at it from a different perspective, and I think that's a very good message to give.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like I don't know. Like my genre that I liked was always been like more of the horror, thriller, and
Horror,
like
yeah.
psychological films.
Mhm.
So like that's why I like those kind
If
of
you like
psychological-
psychological films, check out Get Out.
Get
Like,
Out.
I
Bro, the thing is, I've actually seen it because like I've actually like watched the there's like a second part of that film, I would say. It's like a continuum. It's in the same
Wait, Get Out?
yeah.
No, it doesn't have.
It's
Maybe it's the second movie of the director that is Us.
yeah, that's what I
Us?
was gonna say.
Yeah, yeah.
Us, the film. Is
no,
like,
it's not. It's not the like a sequel, but it's
but it's on the
this-
same environment, right?
No, not
Same
really.
universe, no?
No. It's just the second movie of the director. The director is
Oh, okay.
Jordan Peele.
Yeah. I watched Us.
Yeah.
Us was good.
Did you watch Nope?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's like his. I think that's his third movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a really good director.
I also liked Da Vinci Code.
Da Vinci Code. Yeah. Good movie.
Da Vinci Code with that is like with Dan Brown's books, like in 12th grade, like all of us applied for international schools, right? So like personally me, like I didn't study shit on 12th grade just because like it's all for Turkish university exam system.
Yeah.
So like they just teach all of the concepts and like they just do practice questions, and like when the teacher like I don't know, like teaches the lectures and all that, I was just reading books, right? So like I read a lot of Dan Brown books that year, like 3, and Da Vinci Code was one of them. To be honest, like as a person that read the book and the film, like watched the film, I would say the books are way better than the film because like,
Okay.
Originally, always the book's the better. Like if book is the original, the movie topping is like I actually I don't like really reading books. Like I always read it when it's like I need to listen to an audio.
Okay.
Like I always listen to the audiobooks because I just lose concentration.
Okay.
And that's why I prefer movies, but every critic like probably like 9 out of 10 times chooses the book over the movie if book was like earlier, like it was the
Yeah.
original. I don't know why.
There's like that's something like really interesting because like well at the end of the day in a book you have like more like you can write as much as you can.
yeah.
Right. It's not like you have a limitation in time. But I think I don't know. Well, because I haven't read the book, I don't know the fight. Because for example, Fight Club is a really good film. You can probably not make it better, but the book, like it's based on a book too, and I don't know. I don't know. Because I haven't read the book.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I
people-
believe like this would be a controversial take, but I believe movies show some emotions and show that some scenes that books and words can't reflect, because books only like try to pierce your emotions and pierce your like sympathy by basically words, but a movie is so much more. It's like one is like one dimensional and the other one is 3-dimensional. Like there's audio, there are scenes, there are characters that you're observing, and I think relating to someone and like observing the situation is easier for the average viewer than doing it from just words, because like words could be interpreted in many ways. Of course movies can be too, but I think like directing the message is easier through a movie.
I would say like I guess you're right because I come from both like type of media. So I would say for sure like I think there's like film is more immersive.
Yeah.
Obviously every form of art has their own way like of communicating and their pros and cons.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say like film is like like the most immersive one, like for
Yes.
normal public. I guess obviously there's people that probably like more books for whatever reason, but
Yeah.
for me, that I prefer books. Sorry, that I prefer
Films. Yeah,
films
yeah.
over books. Yeah, I would say film. It's because film is more immersive.
Yeah.
And like for example, like I don't know if you know, but like I have a book, right? I think I
Yeah,
told
that's
you.
what I was gonna ask you because like
I would love to like have it as a film, like make it a film someday.
I mean, you
a
should
film or
definitely
a
do it.
TV show.
TV
I'd say
show?
TV show. It fits more in a TV show. Yeah.
Okay, so like for our audience, just explain what the book is all about and all of that stuff.
Oh, okay. So, first of all, the book is on Amazon. No, I'm joking. It is though. Nah.
Really?
Yeah, it is. It is.
What?
Yeah, it's published.
Is it your book?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. How many pages is that?
it is 375, I think.
You're a writer? I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Bro, damn. What's about? Okay, I'm listening.
So the synopsis would be, so we have Jeremy, that is a kid from the U.S. That is in a dystopian future, where there's it's close to how would you say this, like to explode a world war because of the lack of water on the planet. And then there's a lot of like obviously social comments. There's a lot of like social problems and like issues and everything. And it's like the stuff he has to go through regarding to like the whole situation. And there's like a lot of like politics involved too, and how it affects him and stuff. So yeah.
When did you write this book?
So it was published in I think it was published in October 2021.
Okay, I see.
So yeah. So I started writing it probably 2019.
Then it took like
Around-
2 years, around 1.5 years.
around 2 years. Yeah.
I see.
Around 2 years to write it. Then you have to go through the whole process of like going to a book house, an editorial, and then they just like help you out with like giving shape to what you had in your manuscript. And yeah, that's like some months too there. So yeah.
I see.
Is it only in Spanish or like you have like
For now it's only in Spanish. It's available as an ebook. Soon it's gonna be available as it's available as an ebook and physical too. And soon it's gonna be available as an audiobook.
Yeah.
On Amazon. So if you have somebody that speaks Spanish and you would like to give him a nice gift,
Yeah.
you have that.
I mean, you can also put it on an ebook with you actually reading the book,
Yeah, but I have a voice actor, like he's like helping me out and stuff.
Okay.
And he's like really good. Yeah, it's I was gonna say something else. I just left my.
No, it's okay, bro. It's okay.
I'll try to remember that, but it was probably I'm in the process of translating it. So I got like a translator, and we're trying I want to I feel like it's necessary to have it in English, because now I feel like I could get an audience in English now, and if you have it in English, you have it like in the universal language, so you can have more sales, you can get more deals or whatever. And I think I haven't said the name of the book. The name of the book is H2O War. Well, in Spanish it would be H2O War, La Tercera Gran Guerra. That means, so if I will have to translate it to English, that is H2O War, the Third Great War. That's the name. So yeah.
Do you do you want to go with the director path that you're going, and also keeping the writing books
Book track?
Yeah,
Yeah.
both of them?
Yeah.
That's nice. I'm also thinking on
Writing a book?
writing over the last year. I'm probably going to start in like for 10 days after.
Okay.
Not after university, I'm thinking, but it's probably going to. I have two ideas. Like, one more about economics, and the other one is more about psychology.
Okay.
Yeah, but like,
So non-fiction.
no, not. It's going to. It's not going to be like a story. It's going to. Yeah,
Okay.
it's going to be probably like if it's economics, it's going to deal with economic history and like some events happened and why did they occur, and how it could occur and how we could prevent it in the future. If it's psychology, it's going to be probably more focused on male psychology and like how it's changing over the years.
The years,
Yeah.
That's. I like that topic.
Yeah, and how
It's-
like it's different in Western societies compared to Eastern societies.
It changed a lot.
Yeah, I think it's a very important topic to talk
Okay.
in the 21st century. Yeah. Do you have any tips that you want to give as a book publisher? You own?
I would say just plan a lot. Don't
Mhm.
over plan, like, cause sometimes it just happens that when you want to like do something like really important, you try to make it perfect. You try to, and then you end up over planning.
Mm-hmm.
You should plan. You should have like the whole plan, what you want to go through, what you want to get to, and then after you have that, just be confident and don't be like afraid to start. Because then that when you're like not confident to start, it's just like it just reflects in over planning, and then you're not sure if when to start. And then sometimes the best moment to start is like right now, right? So that's like my tip, I guess.
I see. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, like, do you want to do the outro?
Outro?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're around like 1 hour right now. Thank you, Franklin, for joining us. It's
I
a
love
pleasure.
this conversation. I love this podcast.
Yeah, we'll hopefully get you around more.
Yeah,
in
second
the-
episode will be amazing.
Yeah.
I think I'll be the first person having a second episode, right?
Yes.
I'll look, audience,
Like and subscribe.
like and subscribe to
Smash
the Matrix
like and subscribe button.
podcast for having me again. I hope you liked it. Then maybe I don't know. I could be here again. I liked it a lot.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.